Hello there, my name is Ann Hamlin. I am the Public Library Services Consultant for Wisconsin Valley Library Service. Let's talk about the 1,000 Books Before Kindergarten app, okay? So to give you a little history, the Bridges Library System created this app under the leadership of Angela Myers. So she works in youth services among other duties for Bridges Library System. Angela had been hand recording on paper logs for 2 kiddos and writing hundreds of book titles down just got to be too unwieldy. Angela approached the UW Milwaukee app brewery to start developing this new app. So I'd like to mention that the app is free and you can download it onto an Android or Apple devices by going to the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store. So this is a small screen, but you can see that the app icon will look like this, a book with a blue background. And this screen shows you how you're going to create an account. You use your email address, you create your own password, you enter the parent's name and a zip code. And the zip code is going to help you narrow down the choices to find your library. Now, if you don't see your library pop up within the zip code, don't worry about it. We'll talk about that next. Right. So at the time that this presentation was created, I borrowed this presentation from Angela Myers. About 50% of the systems and their libraries were partners in the app. So only the zip codes of participating library systems have been entered. So if your library does not pop up in your zip code, that means that your system may not be participating. That's okay. You can participate even if your library is not participating. A little confusing. And that's shown on this screen here. It says, sorry, we did not find your zip code in our database. Would you like to continue with the sign-up process? And you say yes, and you tell the app what library you belong to, and then you create the registration. So sometimes either your system isn't participating and that's why the zip code doesn't show up, or there's so many zip codes that have to be entered into the app that maybe it's just been missed. So either way, Angela is going to get a note saying your zip code wasn't found, but you'll still have an account. Then the app is going to ask you if you want to share your email with the library, and you can always say yes or no. Either way, yeah, you can still use the app. It doesn't matter if you share your email with the library or not. That's just another access point possibility for libraries to get in contact with the families that are using their app. You can add up to 5 children, and you can see here that on the main screen once you sign in, there will be images of children up here or avatars with, so there's an option where you don't have to have your child's actual picture in your app. That's fine. And then below you'll see an icon for your book list, add a book, achievements, and account settings. In account settings you can update your password, change your library if you move locations, change your contact preference settings, so if you have a new email you can put that in there. And then there's an override feature in here, so if you start with a paper version and you want to go to the app, there's a way to do that. So again, you can add up to 5 children. All the accounts will be shared with other caregivers, so as many emails for as many caregivers as you want can be added. Again, you can have an actual photo from your camera roll, so it's not being shared in any kind of cloud or anything. It's just taking it off of your camera roll. Your child's favorite color, a picture with an animal. It says there's an owl, so that's the default here. But the photo is stored on your device. So if the photo is deleted from your device, then the avatar photo that you've created for your child will be deleted. That's okay. You can just add a new avatar. So account settings, you can change your library, like I said. If you move locations or if a family moves locations, they can just reset their library zip code and click on their library, and what that does is it brings those statistics over to that next library area. So you can change your password at any time in the account settings, and what else? Change your library, update email sharing. So there's also a website that you can find more information at, the read1000books.org. And there's also an FAQ for the account settings page on there. Again, this is just reiterating the email access point. So by sharing your email with the app, that's an opportunity for the library to get in contact with the app users. So the moment we've all been waiting for, how do you add books? This app is wonderful. You can scan a book. So on the back of each book, there should be a little barcode there so you can scan it. You can enter the author's name in, you can manually type in the author's name and look through their book collections and tap on the book. You can search by keyword or title, and then you can also enter in the ISBN if you're really hardcore and you want to be doing that. And then on the far right of the screen here, you'll see the success message. So this is Angela demonstrating the scanning option. So she's scanning the barcode on the back of a book. Sometimes a book can't be found with any of the options. I'm not sure why, but all you have to do is add a custom book and you'll be on your way. Some children, well, all children in my experience, like to reread books. They have favorite books, they have a book of the week, it doesn't matter. So instead of manually typing in things, scanning the book a million zillion times, what you can do is go to your book list and hold down or click on the book that you want to re-add, and then you'll see these options on the left saying re-add this book. You can also delete books if you added one in mistake. Some options here. When you're in the book list area, if you click on the settings wheel up at the top, you can email the book list to yourself. You can sort the book list, your book list, from A to Z using the title or author, or you can also send a list from oldest to newest to yourself. Some people just, and it's going to look like this email example on the right. And that's just because some of us app users still want that book as a reference. A lot of people use those, save those 1,000 books before kindergarten paper copies because it's a souvenir, right? So this is the same idea, still allowing for that souvenir aspect. Now I said achievements in the beginning. Just to gamify the app a little bit more, Angela and the team added achievements that can be unlocked as you read books. So if once you get to different levels, you'll unlock an achievement. As you can see here, this person unlocked 2 achievements. The second achievement was 100 books, so maybe they're at 150 and they haven't unlocked the third achievement. Well, I guess we'll get to see. The great thing about achievements is you can keep them within the app, or you can also share them to Facebook and Twitter. And Angela included some examples of her personal use on the far right here. So you can share it to Facebook. You can share the achievement to Facebook, or you can share the app to Facebook too, and write a nice little message. This is great for adults because adults are doing most of the reading, and it gives them a chance to boast and brag, and also works toward promoting the product too. One other great awesome thing that happens with this app is it gives you, once you've logged in, it'll save your sign-in information. And every time you log in, you will receive an early literacy tip, which is wonderful. So you can see here in the example, it's a little small here, but when it's on your phone, you can hold it up to your face. I've also requested for that font to be enlarged. So their tip on here is hold a favorite book upside down. Encourage your child to talk about what is wrong with the way you are reading with the book. All kinds of fun little tips there. And it's just opportunities for you to talk with your child and help them grow, right? Okay, so now for the override. The override should be used for families who have started with the paper version and they say, I've read 500 books with little Jimmy and I've written them all down in my paper log and I just can't switch over to the app and start all over. Well, they don't have to start all over. So for librarians, what you would do is you would assure them that you can fix that and add those books that they've already read into the app. So what you do is, it's recommended that librarians ask to handle the library user's phone or the participant's phone to add those books into the app. It's preferred that the librarian add the books because you don't want the library user all of a sudden to have 1,000 books after a week, right? They could be adding their own extra books on the side. So what librarians do is you open up the account settings page, and you hold down anywhere on the white space of the screen, and then you'll have these options that show up on the left here to add 25, 50, or 100 books, which is very nice. So here's an example here on the left of a kiddo who's a purple owl. They're at 925 books. So you can tap in and into the book list and export her list of books. So if you or a patron has an issue with the app, just shoot me a quick email and I'll send that information to Angela so she can get to the bottom of it with her app team. So that's a little rundown on the 1,000 Books Before Kindergarten app. But I also want to bring you to the Bridges Library System webpage, because now we're going to go through the awesome marketing kit that's provided by the Bridges Library System. So we go to Youth and Inclusive Services, we click on 1,000 Books Before Kindergarten, and then you'll see that they have a toolkit. In the toolkit, there are pre-made reading logs, bookmarks, introductory letter, sticker templates, a fillable poster, and certificate. So now when I say a fillable poster, certificate, that means that when I click on that, I will get a file that I can adjust for my library. So instead of the Bridges logo here, I can put my own library logo in here. And then it's easy enough to type in the name of your kiddo who just completed it and change all the fonts and things. And it might be fun to add a picture of the student there holding some books or something like that. So that's just a certificate. If we open up the poster, you'll see that all you have to do for your library is open up the poster, click on the text here, and add your library's information. How cool is that? And then click and print, right? So it's a ready-made marketing kit with wonderful graphics and stuff that you can customize for your library. How wonderful, right? Again, so my name's Ann Hamlin, the Public Library Services Consultant for WVLS. If you have any questions about the 1,000 Books Before Kindergarten app produced by Bridges and supported by WVLS, please just give me an email. Thank you.